Hey guys! So continuing on with the advanced tutorial series, today we're gonna take a look at Wraith and explain literally everything you need to know if you want to play well with the character. Same as we did it with Bloodhound video yesterday, this one is also going to be divided into 5 different sections. The first one explaining abilities, the second one explaining weapons, the third one explaining environment, fourth one explaining your role in the team, and the fifth one explaining synergies with different legends. And again, everything that no one talks about, so yeah, let's get to it. Same as with each and every single one of the legends in Apex, Wraith offers 3 different abilities. The passive one, allowing her to hear voices when she gets spotted by the enemies, and you can hear example of it now. I'm gonna shut up for a second.
Shooter, move.
Alright, here is the example of how it actually sounds in the game, in case you're wondering. She also has the tactical ability, which allows her to disappear in the void and pretty much run around without being able to get shot or being visible. There is only this, I don't even know how to call it, but essentially you're not able to actually shoot Wraith when she's using the void. Once you deploy it, it will last for 3 seconds and it will take 19 seconds to regenerate. Here is an example of it. Alright, it should be done at this point, or almost done, and yeah, we also have the ultimate ability, which allows Wraith to open up portals for her and all of the teammates, and pretty much everyone else on the map, because enemies can use them too. When you deploy your ultimate ability, you put down the first portal, which is the original entrance to it. Then you have 10 seconds of the ultimate ability time to go and place the second portal, which will be the exit. Now, of course, those work both ways, so you can also enter in the exit and exit in the opening. What is important for you to know here is that if you don't place the second portal in time before the ability runs out, it will actually be automatically placed on the map in the place where you were standing once the ability has ended. The reload time of Wraith's ultimate ability is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's different for each of the characters. If you guys remember, yesterday when we talked about Bloodhound, his ultimate ability actually took 3 minutes to reload. What is super important for you to know, however, is that if you're playing Wraith, you're actually able to stack up both tactical and ultimate abilities at once. The way you do it is pretty simple. You deploy an ultimate ability, you start running, you've already opened up the first portal at the start of it, and when you're running, you're using your tactical ability when you're going into the void. It will give you such an insane speed boost that you might get a perfect flank on your opponents within seconds. I admit, when I first started playing Apex, I didn't know about it, and I was so surprised when people were actually pushing me so effectively. Now that I know, well, it's easy. You use the ultimate ability, and when you start running with it, you deploy the tactical ability. It's that simple. When it comes to the weapons that I would personally recommend you go for when playing with Wraith, I'll be honest, it is exactly the same as yesterday with Bloodhound. And no, it's not because I'm lazy, it's because the playstyle is really similar. Wraith is pretty much designed for an aggressive playstyle where you have to be close to the enemies to maximize its effectiveness. You have to get a drop on them, you have to get a flank, and this is where fast-firing weapons or shotguns can actually give you a super big advantage. The R301 assault rifle, Peacekeeper shotgun, Mastiff shotgun, and the Prowler SMG, of course with the select fire receiver attachment, because you have to go full auto, why would you burst? Doesn't make sense. And also, you can use Devotion, especially for Wraith. It's actually really good because it has quite a lot of ammunition, and if you get the flank on your opponents, which we're gonna talk about in a second, and at the end we've got Wingman pistol, but this one is pretty much good on all of the distances, depending on if you actually can hit headshots or not. If you can, you will dominate with it, doesn't matter what distance you're on. When it comes to the environment where Wraith shines, it is really similar to Bloodhound. You're supposed to attack enemies on close distances, get a quick drop on them, flank them, come up to them and pretty much kill them from behind. If you get approached by the enemies, or you're approaching them and you are in a relatively close distance to them, that you can actually pop a portal, jump into it, and then open up another one behind them or on their side where they will not notice it, just go for stacking both of the abilities. Run the ultimate ability, deploy the tactical ability and get an insane speed boost, open up a portal and get an insanely easy jump on them. Now remember, your teammates can use your portals as well, so they may as well jump into it and get the flank with you. There is one thing I have to mention here though, because I often see players making a big mistake here when it comes to attacking with portals. When you are approaching enemies, start shooting at them. Not you, your teammate. Your teammate starts shooting at them and he gets or she gets their attention. So now they are focused on the guy who's actually shooting them. They're not paying attention to Wraith running around in a portal and opening it. And the same thing goes for flanking with a teammate. Don't take both teammates with you. Leave one guy behind to actually keep them distracted while you are running through the portals and getting the perfect flank. If all of you suddenly disappear and, most importantly, leave the entrance to the portal unguarded, there will be two possible things to happen. First, enemies will notice you're not there and that you're trying to get the flank on them. Second, they might just run into the portal and get the flank on you when you come out of it. And as for the part number 4 of the video explaining your role in the team, I'll admit, I pretty much did it already, explaining the best environment for Wraith to play in, but essentially, you're supposed to be the guy who's entry fragging, starting the engagement, and generally being the most aggressive one. You are fast, your hitboxes are small, and you can disappear. You are a perfect flanker, or generally, offensive attacker. You have to get the kills. It is your job to do so. You're not staying in the back, you're running into the enemies. That's your goal. And now my favorite section. Synergies with other legends. I have to admit, Wraith is one of the most interesting ones in the game to actually use as a synergy because you can pretty much pair it with anything. If you watched the video that I posted yesterday explaining Bloodhound, you already know you can pair it with Wraith and they are super effective for quick attacks, basically flanking enemies and getting a drop on them. Same with Bangalore, you can also pair it with Wraith. It is super effective when not only you are in the void, but also your enemies can't even see you through the smoke. But what makes Wraith super interesting here, in my opinion at least, is the fact that you can actually combine Wraith with defensive legends such as Gibraltar or Caustic and actually get them through your portal to get the flank on your opponents. Now, imagine what happens when you can actually get Caustic through the portal and he can use the ultimate ability, gassing everyone around. They're not able to counter you. What's even better, you can place gas traps, the ones from Caustic, at the beginning or at the end of the portal so that enemies can't either jump into it or get surprised with gas once they get out of it. No one does it, and it is super effective if the enemies are actually following you. So to summarize it, you can combine Wraith with pretty much anything. Combine it with Bangalore or Bloodhound if you want to play offensively and get a quick drop on the enemies, because all three of you are super fast. If you want to play stealth, you can combine it with Mirage. You can both be invisible. If you want to combine it with more defensive legends, again, you've got Caustic and you can also use Gibraltar. The last dude is insane. First of all, you can use his ultimate ability, the bombardment, to distract enemies when you're opening portals and getting through them, and they're not really gonna pay attention to where you are because they're gonna be saving themselves from the bombs or rockets. I don't exactly know what it is, but whatever. And second of all, you can actually get behind them with a tank that has a shield in front of his gun, like, come on. Who is really gonna expect it, and even better, who's gonna know how to counter it within seconds? Not many players. Anyway, that would be it for Wraith, and yeah, stay tuned for more tutorials coming explaining all of the in-depth tactics for all of the legends. Make sure to check out the Bloodhound video, because I already created it. It is up since yesterday, you can see the link on the screen right now, make sure you watch it, and as always, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you in Apex. See ya!